What's going on, everybody? In this video we have to talk about Stronghold being acquired. What's going on there? Stronghold is up 83% today, absolutely rallying on this news. But that's right, Bitfarms is planning on buying SDIG or Stronghold Digital, and this offer is basically going to be for $6.02 per share in Stronghold, and the market has already rallied it somewhat close to that price. Obviously, it's not going to go right to it. There's always the what ifs, what if this deal terminates? But the majority of the move is obviously there. It is not going to go above this $6 area, in my opinion. Then it would be a premium. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, Stronghold said in May it was considering strategic options, and many of you know Riot is trying to hostily take over Bitfarms now. But this offer includes $125 million worth of Bitfarms stock. For every share of Stronghold Digital, you'll get 2.5 something shares, 2.52 shares of Bitfarms, which equates, like I said, to $6.02 per share. But now that Bitfarms is down today, it kind of makes perfect sense. If you times Bitfarms 219 by 252, you're looking at like right around $5. That's where Stronghold is trading at. But basically, because of this deal, Riot will be owning less and less shares of Bitfarms, which is a positive for Bitfarms, I guess, if it doesn't want to be acquired by Riot. And what's funny is when you look at the chart, I would say this is a great deal for Stronghold shareholders. Stronghold's been in a terrible downtrend. This whole bull run, Stronghold's been basically going down in general, not up in general. Part of this might be due to the fact that Stronghold has considerably more debt than cash. Stronghold also is unable to post a profit except for one quarter. Yes, Stronghold was able to achieve a profitable quarter, and this was pre-halving. This was the same quarter where CleanSpark posted a profit, Iris Energy or Iron, Bit Digital, Cypher, and very few others. Stronghold was able to eke out a profit here in this quarter before the halving, whereas something like Bitfarms was not. But then you go over to Bitfarms chart and it just looks so much better. Bitfarms has been in an uptrend since the beginning of the Bitcoin bull run. It's been in a general uptrend compared to SDIG's general downtrend. This might end up being a good thing for shareholders. I'm not personally very bullish on Bitfarms. This miner couldn't post a profit pre-halving while many others were posting a profit. Bitcoin miners like CleanSpark have far surpassed their past revenue and even have gone to double up since back in 2021. But, the revenue growth for Bitfarms has been small. The profitability has been basically non-existent. That's not to say it won't do good in this cycle. I do think it'll do perfectly fine. But I don't really understand why Riot is trying so hard to acquire Bitfarms personally. If you're looking to play Bitfarms, Bitfarms is in its buy zone, I would say. If you are into it, this is the area you want to generally buy. You buy on the bottom of this blue line and sell at the top. Maybe this pattern doesn't play out, but this is the pattern it's been in since the beginning of the bull run, since like 2022. I'd expect this pattern to kind of fill out, and it would make sense for Bitfarms to have a big move as we get to the parabolic run at the end of this year into 2025, etc. I do think we're going to see a good Bitfarms move, and this would be a time you could take profits after buying down here. I do think this pushes off the Riot takeover, but I do think it's somewhat inevitable. Plus, if Riot's able to regain profitability, which they were profitable pre-halving for 2 quarters, but if Riot can post profitability moving forwards while Bitfarms kind of struggles, that'll give Riot the edge to be able to kind of weasel their way in and acquire more shares of Bitfarms. But this is a good attempt from Bitfarms to try to expand, try to push Riot away a little bit by getting more shares out there. I do think by the end of the cycle, we will see that Riot takes over Bitfarms, and I'm honestly not hoping for that, but we'll see what happens. Now, I also want to talk about Bitcoin briefly. Bitcoin over the last 10 days, 8 days have been positive inflows, or how this article says it, around 80% of the past fortnight's spot Bitcoin ETF trading days have had positive flows, despite Bitcoin seeing sideways action. Check this out. There was one day that IBIT saw an outflow. That was a pretty rough day. May 1, IBIT did see an outflow, and it hasn't seen one since. That was the single day that it had an outflow. And look at Grayscale. Look at Grayscale. You can see that the selling is still diminishing. We actually had a no-flow day on the 19th. And the only day basically in August that was over 100 million in outflow was August 8th. Otherwise, for the most part, it's under 50 million in outflows. Hopefully it continues getting better. Hopefully we, stay in this kind of just double digits of outflows, start moving to single digit outflows, and more towards seeing some inflows once in a while. But look at IBIT, just continues with those inflows. No outflows. There are no flow days, but there are no outflow days. BlackRock, I think, is helping this along, keeping those outflows from happening. There is no other explanation, in my opinion. But we will basically continue to overall see net positive inflows. We have seen multi-billion dollars of inflows since the spot ETFs went live, even with all this Grayscale selling. Don't get it confused, the spot Bitcoin ETF inflows have more than made up for the outflows from GBTC. And how do you feel about Bitfarms and SDIG? How do you feel about SDIG getting acquired by Bitfarms? And do you think Riot still has a chance to acquire Bitfarms? You know, Bitfarms did try to adopt like a poison pill strategy where they're going to dilute shares. I believe that was rejected, so this was their next best step to get some shares out there, make Riot hold less Bitfarms shares. But I think Riot is going to just go buy more, and they're going to get back to an amount that they can then change things drastically inside the company and basically vote their way in from the inside with management, with the board of directors. But let me know what you think about that. Are you bullish or bearish on Bitfarms, bullish or bearish on Riot, bullish or bearish on Stronghold? Thanks as always for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.